We'll open with our number 2 qualifier versus our number 7 qualifier. Mike Kanovic and Christian Torres. Kanovic making his tow from Illinois to come here, as you see the ladder on the FloRacing feed. Kanovic, your number 2 qualifier. Christian Torres out of North Carolina, your number 7 qualifier. They will be at the bottom side of the field alongside Jacobs and Fisher. That would be Jordan Jacobs and Rick Fisher. The top 2 pairings, Justin Lazarus and Kevin Ailman, number 1 versus number 8. And finally, Tabitha Shirk, your upset-minded Tabitha, number 13 qualifier, will line up in our final pair against Jesse Zagare. And Jesse, your number 5 qualifier. So our first pair on the starting line, Christian Torres, left side out of North Carolina, qualified at 8:13. He will face the uphill battle of Mike Kanovic. Number 2 qualifier in the yellow Toyota right side. He is in. Christian answers. Christian tries to go for the hole shot and turns it red by just under 200ths of a second. Mike Kanovic will go 793 at 162 and 816 at 161. So both of them staying close to their qualifying efforts. If Christian would have left somewhere around 50 to 60 green or better, there is a chance that he could have stayed in front of him. But we'll never know, unfortunately, as he turned it red. So Kanovic will move on. That'll bring up our next pair. Tabitha Shirk. So Tabitha Shirk, left side, your number 13 qualifier. Upset on Tabitha's mind as she lines up here with the number 5 qualifier, Jesse Izager. Izager comes up right side, qualifying at a 797 in the green Toyota. Jesse bumps it in deep. And he's still going to leave way first by almost a full second. Now pours the power on. We'll go 934 to get around the 956 as both drivers just kind of moseyed it off the starting line at 211.60 for Jesse, 189.60 for Tabitha. But Tabitha was 1.4 second reaction time, and that will not win you any drag races. Not unless you have an opponent broke single. Rick Fisher and Jordan Jacobs will come up next. Once again, I need Streetcar Elite, my quick class. Streetcar Elite, my quick class. Need you? Streetcar Elite, Streetcar Elite. I need you now. They're waving both cars up as both cars having problems in the burnout box thus far. Rick Fisher sitting up on the starting line. Jordan Jacobs better do the burnout and get up there quickly, as we've got him on a timer and they're telling him, come on up. So Jordan Jacobs, your number 3 qualifier at 787, ran 8:16 in the first round. He gets lane choice here over Rick Fisher. Fisher out of New York in the BMW. He ran a 10-second time slip first round. He qualified at 8:33. So the favored roll goes right side. Fisher is the underdog here, and he is the last BMW on the property in this class. See if he can carry it on or if Jordan Jacobs on the pack it. And if you want to try to beat somebody quicker than you can't be behind on the reaction time. And Jordan Jacobs is just going to stretch this one out. 8:55, 177, and he'll get the win. 9:31, 164 as both drivers way off their numbers, but Jordan Jacobs better off the starting line, gets to the finish line first, and he'll get the win. That'll move him to the semifinals. So it'll be an all 5th gen Supra. Final 4.
So Derek.
Yes, sir.
I do want the mic to quickly say to everyone here after the burnout, I would recognize each and every person that donated, but we just hit $100,000 in donations to TJ's family. Give him a big round of applause. Thanks to each and every one of you guys that donate. Thank you guys so much. It's going to help his wife Cassie and their 3 boys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel free to keep donating if you'd like. TJ Bailey, BAILEY Family Fund, Venmo, or bring cash or a check to Race Control. But even if nothing else happens, thank you all so much for donating. Really appreciate it, and it will really help that family. It'll help their 3 boys, and it'll help Cassie. So I really, really appreciate you guys. It's the power of TX2K and our fans, and you guys are the best.
So right-hand side, you see out in front of him is on a timer. Gavin Carter, our race director, telling him, hey, listen, when your opponent is at the ready line and you are not ready, we will count you out. You have a certain amount of time to get to the staging lane. If you don't get to the staging beam in time, you will be counted out. It is done to not inconvenience your opponent, as well as with all the other classes that we are running. We would like to be able to run eliminations in somewhat of a timely fashion here. So Justin Lazarus on the left, Kevin Ailman on the right. Lazarus hits the first setup and he will be off to the races. Right inside, Ailman has all kinds of problems. 8:31 for Justin Lazarus, and he will get the win. Or Lazarus, excuse me, I keep butchering his name. Justin Lazarus will get the win. And your number 1 qualifier will move to the semifinals of that 8:31, and he will enjoy lane choice over his opponent remaining. So the burnout's complete on both cars. Mac Brosnan, Juan Fernandez. Fernandez out of New York, Bronxville to be exact. That is the white GTR on the right-hand side. He faces the tall task of number 2, Mac Brosnan, as he survived a slightly upset-minded first round, as number 1 and number 3 both got upset in round number 1. Numbers 2 and 4 survived. Brosnan will face Fernandez, and Tetsuran will face Shepard in the other pair. So our first pair out here, again, Juan Fernandez out of New York. He's in the white car, near side of your screen on the FloRacing feed. He qualified at 7:29. He coasted through to a 19-second lap when his opponent, Clay, was a no-show first round, but he has the tough task of Mac Brosnan. Kimbo slice left side, that's what he calls the GTR out of Texas, backed by the shop Houston. He qualified at 6:59 and will come in here a heavy favorite left side. Both cars are pre-staged. Now the question is, who will bump in first? As they're both taking their time thinking about it. Neither driver wants to go in first. Now Juan signals and Mac answers. And Juan will turn on the red light, trying to get the jump, and will not do it. Mac Brosnan throws the chutes early and goes 7:31 at just 129, 7:27 at 198, improving on his qualifying numbers, but Juan threw it away with a red light. So that moves Mac Brosnan on. He'll take one of the spots in the final. Now this should be John Shepard against Hayek Texhurin. But the California GTR is missing on the right-hand side, so John Shepard in the Sheptran special will get an opponent broke single into the final round. Shepard got an opponent broke single in round 1, gets one here in round 2. And he will once again save the parts and pieces. That means he will face Mac Brosnan, and Mac will enjoy lane choice. So a couple of names we have seen in the GTR world for quite a while. It'll be a good final right there. That'll move us to GTR 68. Once again, Streetcar Pro, I need you to the lanes, please. Streetcar Pro, I need you to the lanes, please. This should be your first matchup of 8 pairs, or excuse me, 8 cars. It should be Paul Coggeshall against Kevin Rodriguez. Rodriguez is present. However, Coggeshall, after having a fire on the starting line, and Marcelo Duran, I think, got the win. That is correct. Yep, so Marcelo coming up here made the swap. We had the wrong number on our sheet, so we got that fixed. So Marcelo Duran, your number 5 qualifier, will line up here with Kevin Rodriguez, who upset your number 4 qualifier, Antonio De Leonardi. So Marcelo, who qualified with a 724, will have lane choice here. He runs the number 13 man, Rodriguez. You see Roschneider getting the bye as the number 1 qualifier with an odd number of cars in the field, as neither Carlos Rojo or Lilo Ferrari showed for round 1. So let's get back to the action right here on the starting line. Rodriguez out of North Carolina, right side, 736 is what he qualified with. Marcelo Duran, left side, qualified at 724. So they qualified about a tenth of a second apart. Again, they only separated by 1 qualifying position. Number 4 on the right, number 5 on the left. Marcelo is in. Rodriguez is in. The whole shot goes left side for Duran. But Kevin Rodriguez, your number 13 qualifier, will once again survive, and he will get the upset win for the 2nd straight time. 741 at 187 miles an hour. And Kevin Rodriguez, your number 13 qualifier, will move on as Marcelo, having problems off the starting line. He did get the whole shot, but it looks like he pulled over right there and shut it off, and they're checking him out right now. So they're going to push Marcelo back. A former TX2K winner and a former FL2K winner, but unfortunately his day comes to an end earlier than expected, and it looks like probably due to breakage.
Should probably get some sunscreen for the top of my bald head since I gave away my hat. Actually, sold away my hat.
So a single here for Jordan Jackson as Don Fike not showing in the beams. So Jackson will just coast down to get the win light.
I don't know if it's a transmission issue or what, But John Shepard's about to get rich again, just like every year after TX2K. Couple of GTRs back there.
Yeah, it's definitely a bummer for Don Fike. He came in with the number 6 qualifying position. He was going to face the number 14 car, had a chance to very easily, you know, assume the favored role, but like you said, having some issues there, and he gets backed up. And that'll bring up 10 again, and Kristen Dodworth. Dodworth just trying to chip away, looking for that first ever 6-second time slip.
Don't jinx it, Derek. And we got Teen in the right lane. That car's like got 19s in front, 18s in back, maybe 18s, 17s. But that car, I know that Sebastian drives that car like to dinner. Went 205 earlier.
Both of them staged. Christine doing the driving job and gets off the mark first. Right-hand side gets all the way on the center line. 692.
There it is! There it is, baby! That's Christine's first ever 6-second pass. She's been trying to get it for years now. 6.9 at 209. Congratulations, Christine Dodworth and T1 Race. What an accomplishment. She's been trying so hard to get that 6-second pass. And by the way, I asked Tony, I said, Tony, do you want to bet me $1,000? If she does not run a 6, you pay me $1,000. If she does, I'll pay you $1,000. I offered Tony $1,000 bet. He was too scared to take it. You should have taken the bet, Tony. You would have had $1,000 in your pocket. I even said 500 2-to-1 odds. He wouldn't do it.
Watch that 6-second pass one more time here on the Flow Instant Replay. Again, nice, straight and true. Another 1-2-0 60-foot time. Christine will no doubt be ecstatic when she grabs that time slip. David Rothschneider, the other 6-second car, the man who qualified in the 6s, will roll into the next round. That'll wrap up GTR 68 for round number 2.
Oh, the irony of all, the irony of it all. John Shepard's getting buys in every round, and every time a GTR breaks a transmission, John says thank you. Believe this is your number 1 qualifier.
Attention in the bits, attention in the bits. My final call, Streetcar Pro. Final call, Streetcar Pro, I need you. Final call, Streetcar Pro. Final call, Streetcar Pro, I need you to the lanes, please. I believe I'm missing one. I will take Streetcar Champ. Streetcar Champ. Lane number 7, please. Streetcar Champ. Streetcar Champ, lane number 7. And yes, that will bring up your number 1 qualifier as we move into the DCT class. This is the Elite class. And that will put your number 1 qualifier on the left-hand side of the racetrack. That's Ayla Galiva. And Ayla will line up against Pascal Legault on the right-hand side. Number 1 qualifier and the number 9 qualifier right side turns on the red light. Ayla scaring the right-hand side into red lighting in a 737.
It's like a bracket car in the left lane, 7.2, 7.3s all day long.
And I'll tell you what, Ayla got the win, but was sawing away at the steering wheel at the top end when the chute came out. The car made a violent move to the center, and Ayla caught it immediately and kept it in the left-hand side. Hopefully we can get a replay on that on FloRacing because it was a real bad movement. Here it is right here. Watch the right-hand side. When the chute comes out, the car is going to make a violent move. You see it all the way there, and then, whoa, you see the whole left side of the car. Thankfully, Ayla hung on to it, and Ayla will go to the semifinals. Luke Carlisle and Kelly Duran will come up next. Kelly on the right side out of Houston, the GTR, the purple car. Qualified at 740, went 767 last round, so Kelly enjoys lane choice here over Luke Carlisle. Luke in the R8 out of New Mexico, left side. Qualified at 745. Kelly gets the jump off the mark. And that could prove to be the difference. At the top end, she hangs on 736, beating a 740 at only 168 as Kelly's car made a big move towards the middle. She threw the chute and almost let Luke come back around. It was an absolute great job of driving by Kelly Duran there as Kelly was pulling away, had better numbers at every incremental, and then right at the very end, the car made a little bit of a move to the middle, so she pulled the chute. A very wise move, but allowed the opposite side to close the gap. And again, a 736 at only 168 over 190 plus mile an hour left side, closing quick. But Kelly hung on, and she'll go to the semis. That brings up Ricky Crossley left side and Mario Anona. Crossley, who qualified this car at 216 miles an hour in the roll race segment, qualified 740 at 206 here in the drag race side. He will face Mario Anona out of New Jersey right side in the blue R8, who qualified right alongside 746 at 202. So these cars are only separated by about 600ths. The whole shot can make all the difference, and it goes to Ricky. Mario pulls over and stops. Ricky to the top end. He'll go 742. And he'll get the win light, and he'll move to the next round.
What was the mile an hour?
207 miles an hour. 207, his best mile an hour of the week so far. So Ricky Crossley qualified at 205. He ran 206 in round one and then went 207 on that run, 207.13.
Where's the golf cart key? Thank you. God damn it. Yeah, doing all right, buddy.
All right, attention, ladies and gentlemen, as we are into round number two, we're drawing more raffle names. Craig Swain, congratulations. You are our next winner for tower access to level 3. Craig Swain, you are our next tower access winner. Please come to room 208, race control, second floor of the tower, and bring your ID with you.
Let's do it.
My final call for Streetcar Champ. Streetcar Champ, I need you now, please. Streetcar Champ. Streetcar Champ, lane number 7, as we have a pair of blue R8s in the water box.
My goodness, I saw that.
I saw you, girl.
So right side, the burnout is complete for Jason Wolf. Curtis Adams trying to get his preparation done. So you have Arizona representing right side, Texas representing left side. Curtis qualified number 2, Jason Wolf number 7. Separated by about 1/10 of a second in qualifying. Separated by 11/100ths of a second on round 1. The advantage goes left side. The reaction time advantage goes left side. Jason Wolf tries to hang on to it as he got close to the center line, but not good. 7:54 at 200 even for Curtis Adams, and that will move Curtis to the next round of competition, the semis. As Jason Wolf tried to hang with him, you saw the car get real close to the center, and he got really, really loose as the car kicked the rear end sideways, and at that point he said, okay, I'm done. Goes to an 896 pass. That'll wrap up the DCT Elite class. Watch it one more time for the top end. You see right side of your screen making it all the way down there. Left side made that little twitch, and that was right about the time he said, nope, I'm good, I'm done. Had enough, thank you. So now we are into our DCT Pro class. You see the number on the top end scoreboard, it's 757. The competitors in this class, based on the breakout rules on TX2K.com, they are allowed to run 7.579 and slower. The top qualifier was 777 with a 9. We take 0.2 of a second off of that, and you are allowed to run that quick. If you go 757 with an 8, you are too quick, and we disqualify you. How about an all-female starting line to get us started? Becca Marceau and Son of Databoy. Becca left side out of South Dakota, the TTRS. She qualified at an 819 and ran another 819 in round number 1. She will face Son of Databoy in the GTR out of California. Ran her first ever 7-second pass in round number 1. Sana would like to keep that streak going, but has Becca standing in her way. And it looks like Becca actually has problems, and Sana will get an opponent broke single. As something going wrong with Becca's car, you see her backing up. That is a tough way to go out, but Sana will move to, I believe, her first semifinal ever. She'll coast down the racetrack to an 18-second time slip, but it's a win. It'll get her to the semis. That brings up Luna Tran and Patrick Chu. We already have one female going to the semi. Luna would like to make it 2. With Kenny Tran already out of competition, Luna would like to keep one of the Trans alive, the Texas-based GTR left side. Patrick Chu, right-hand side, also out of Texas in the GTR. Better reaction time, only by a couple thousandths goes to Patrick. Luna's right there, though, but Patrick will get the win light. 778 beats out a 789. They were close going down the racetrack, and Luna was within about a car length, but Patrick kept her at bay. That is Luna's best run of the week. Luna qualified with an 811 and just picked up nearly a little over 0.2 of a second, so a good run, just not enough to get around Patrick Chu. Brings up Kylie Moore and Curtis Wentworth next. Moore left side with the message to TJ both on the rear window left side and the bumper cover. We appreciate that. A lot of people showing their support and love for TJ here all week. We appreciate that. Kylie out of Texas qualified at 792, and Kylie sits in the number 6 spot. She will race Curtis Wentworth right side, the copper-colored GTR, who qualified in the number 3 spot at 786. So in qualifying, they were separated by about 0.06 of a second. Based on round number 1, I believe Curtis will get the lane choice here, and he chooses right side. Kylie rolls in left side. Tree fires. Right side gets the whole shot. And Kylie has problems. Curtis rolls it to a 7.80, his best run of the event at 186 miles an hour for him. And that's a tough way to go for Kylie Moore, as the car just instantly lost forward motion right off the starting line. Car might have moved maybe 5 feet, maybe 10, and that was it. Now this should be our final pair with Mo Anberry against Brooke Barini. Brooke Barini will get the single here, as Mo unfortunately is a no-show. I have to wonder if maybe he broke something, but Mo is not here. So Brooke Barini will go to the semis. They will take it easy on the parts and pieces and coast to a 17-second time slip. That will wrap up round number 2 of DCT Pro.
So I will say, since I had a great gentleman hike pay $500 for the last TX2K25 hat, and we donated all of that to the family of TJ Bailey, the AMS team said, hey, here's one of our hats to keep your face covered so you don't get a sunburn. So thank you to AMS, one of our platinum sponsors for a long, long time. I'm going to rep the AMS Alpha Performance hat the rest of the night. Thank you.
So both Edgar Montoya and Jason Lucas staged up. Lucas right side, Montoya left side. Both of them from Texas. Left side is out in front. An 8:54 will get Edgar to the finish line first over the 8:53, so a little bit of a hole shot. Edgar Montoya will move on. Next pair is Anthony Myers and Ricardo Espinosa. Ricardo Espinosa, left side out of Royal Palm Beach, is your number 1 qualifier, and this one, based on round 1 times, should be good. Ricardo ran 8:28 with a 0. Anthony Myers, your number 9 qualifier, went 8:35 with a 1. So they're only separated by 0.07 of a second based on round number 1 times. And that advantage goes to Ricardo, and he chooses the lane left side. Both of them staged. Tree on its way, and Ricardo gets the better reaction time. Anthony is already in front of him. Can Ricardo pull back around him? Looks like he's going to, and he does. 8:31 beating an 8:36. Really good race there. Just 1/10 of a second separated him at the top end, about a car length.
Give me 1 second.
Once again, my final call for Streetcar. Final call for Streetcar Champ. Final call, Streetcar Champ, I'll take you. That brings up Ryan Couberé and Nadia Sakar. Sakar right-hand side in the HTFU-backed GTR. She qualified with an 860. Left side qualified with an 859, so this is the pickup. Better reaction time goes to the Porsche. Nadia is right with him. It's going to be tight to the top end, but the Porsche will turn on the win light in a good battle. 852 beating an 853.
Wow. Porsche's going rounds. Built by AIM Performance. Again, another comeback repeat sponsor for TX2K. It's cool to see a variety of cars here, and it's cool to see a 911 Turbo S go rounds.
So like you said, we got a good variety so far. We have one GTR, one Porsche. Now we will line up Lamborghini versus R8. And the Lamborghini will turn on the red light. I did not expect to see that, so Herminio Feliciano gets the automatic win and is coasting.
Didn't even have to work for it.
Yep.
Right lane.
Tough break for
Left
Minnie.
lane red lit. Right lane wins. That was the slowest win in the history of TX2K, but he won.
You can go see 1320 video. They also have merch available, so go and grab one from each. You deserve it. You've been out here watching on a beautiful Sunday. Our crew out there.
Got the Gavin Carter crew, TVC crew, Texas Motorplex crew working hard at the start line. scrubbing the 60-foot. Try to make sure it's as gray as we can make it for the last 2.5 rounds of TX2K25. We're in Eliminations round 2.5. Street cars coming up. We got a couple exhibition cars, but street cars coming up. After that, stick shift, 2JZ versus the world. Then we're going to get into the semifinal round of all the classes. So y'all stick around. You paid enough money, took enough time away from home and family. Take advantage of it. Stick around till we finish tonight. Another thing we plan to do tonight, like we do every year, after the racing is done, we will invite all fans, all spectators, anyone still here, to come walk on the track and feel the prep. Take all the glue you want with you on your shoes, but everyone will be allowed to walk on the track after we finish. Keyword, after we finish. You go in now, you got to deal with somebody that you don't want to deal with. He's ready. He's got a blazing hot shovel. All right, 10 more minutes and we'll be racing again, y'all. 10 more minutes.
All right, that brings up our exhibition class, ladies and gentlemen. Stacy Barnett and Mustafa Ibrahim come up next. So again, the exhibition class, as Peter explained a couple of times, it is a really good mix of people that have been supporting TX2K for several years. Cars that just come out to make really good runs. They may not fit exactly in a class's designation, but still want to be part of the activity. We see some sponsors, we see some exhibitors. Stacy Barnett is all over the right-hand side, just sawing at that steering wheel. Goes 883. Ibrahim will come up at the M4 left side. Looks like still staged. We're waiting to see what the BMW does. They're saying, nope, push it back, because they see something they don't like, as the car might have some kind of problem. We'll have to see if there's fluid down or what have you, but at this point it looks like starting line is clear. So that will bring up the R8 and the GTR. This is the Tag Marlowe and Casey Howarth ride on the right-hand side. The North Carolina-based R8 out of Underground Racing. So far put together a couple of good runs in the 750 range. Left side is George Dodworth. Dodworth, who had 2 GTRs in competition out here, he has secured the brand new record. As we watch one more time on the FloRacing replay, you see the left side of your screen. It's like, yeah, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Apparently some racers like to use all of their lane. Okay, I need stick shift to the lanes, please. Stick shift to the lanes, please. 2JZ versus the world. 2JZ versus the world, I need you. George Dodworth on a good shot so far, but it looks like he has lifted 743. And KC behind Tag's ride found something he didn't like and shut it off just past the 60-foot mark. That'll bring up Jordan Martin to make a single shot here in the R8. Once again, stick shift on each of the lanes 9 and 10, please. Stick shift lanes 9 and 10. I will take 2JZ versus the world. 2JZ versus the world. Back to lane number 2, please. 2JZ versus the world. 2JZ versus the world. Back to lane number 2. All right, attention in the pits for 2JZ. I need Brett LaSala and Brian Cummings. Brett LaSala, Brian Cummings, I need you to the lanes, please. Brett LaSala and Brian Cummings. Need you to the lanes, please. Jordan Martin will make a single shot here. Martin looks like he's on a good shot so far, 130 to the 60-foot. And through the top end as he gets out of it early, though, he goes 787, dumping both bags full of laundry at the top end at 139. For those of you that have never heard the reference before, dumping the laundry is another slang used for dropping the parachutes or pulling the chutes or airing out the laundry. Those are different ways of referring to the parachutes. That brings up Miles Kerr in the Acura Integra on the right side. Miles has made some pretty good runs so far in both roll racing and drag racing. Unfortunately, he went out in the stick shift category earlier today. He comes up to make a single shot, or excuse me, he comes up to make a exhibition pass on the right side of the racetrack.
Come on, guys. If this is your first time drag racing, this is not the place to do it. Courtesy stage, please.
Miles, 142 60 foot, 526 to half track. How about 789 for Miles?
Not bad for a Honda.
194.82, almost matching his roll racing speed. Pretty solid. That's his best lap of the weekend.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Got to do all the other half.
Left side has some problems and they will back out. It brings up Nero Delawala and Clint Bard.
If you're an exhibition, double bulb or get the hell out. We're waiting up for the whole show, waiting up for you guys. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Bard will roll in right-hand side in the Supra. Both of them on their way. Better reaction time and better 60-foot goes to Clint. Through the back door, Clint will click off a 778, 182.
Wow, well done, Clint. That is a great pass. That's actually Ross's car from Dinosaur. He was here racing at TX2K4. That's right, 2004 TX2K4. And they've supported the event for a very long time. That's Clint, his son, driving that car now. Right lane's everyone's favorite, El Dirty Taco. Had a really close race with Brian Cummins in Eliminations. Obviously something went wrong on the big end and could not make a full pass. So he's gonna make some exhibition passes for the crowd. He knows you guys spent time away from home and other activities on a Sunday to be here, spent money to be here. So he said, you know what, I wanna put on a show for the fans. Can I run a few passes in exhibition to put that show on for the fans? And I said, absolutely you can. So that's why he's here. Wants to make a pass for you guys and gals and kiddos.
See how the Dirty Taco does right here. Sorry, Peter, I can't follow your entry into saying it the way you did. It was pretty solid.
It's all good. I am from Texas. Well, I live in Texas after all.
Antonio DeLeonardi left side. Look at the taco truck go, 110 to the 60-foot.
What's he gonna do? 641, round of applause, guys. And the GTR goes 6'9". Workhorse Performance 6'9" at 207. El Dirty Taco 6'4", 223 in a truck. Who would have thought?
Side by side sixes, and both crews seem pretty happy at that. Watch it one more time on the FloRacing replay. The truck obviously got the hit and was out there way in front, but that Super was rolling by quick because he didn't throw the chutes until much later. But a very good pass from both, considering that the taco truck qualified at 6:38 to go 6:41 in the warm part of the afternoon is a pretty good shot, Peter, if I do say so myself.
Well done to Antonio Di Leonardi and Workhorse Performance, our platinum sponsor, as well as El Dirty Taco, 6'4", 6'9", side-by-sides. Both teams are pretty stoked about that result. We got streetcar class, quarterfinals coming up. And as soon as we get through all the quarterfinals, we're going to go right into semis. Get right to the semis. We'll probably be here till 7:30. Don't let me jinx it. But 7:30. Hopefully not till 8, but you never know. The crazy thing, though, is the sun's going to go down, temperatures are going to drop. You can go get a TX2K hoodie because we have like 17 of them left. And the track conditions are going to become epic like they have every night.
Don't worry, Peter, you're not going to jinx it whatsoever. Considering that we talked about Christine Dodworth's pass and it magically happened because you spoke it into existence, I'll just go ahead and give you the out right there.
Best, so my opponent better be ready. Amen, I love that. All right, let me go talk to his opponent because his opponent may have something to say about that. All right, I'm coming over to you, Mr. Carbon Fiber Doors. How we feeling about this pass coming up? He said we gonna make it happen, we gonna get it done. So tell my opponent to be ready because I ain't effing around. He actually didn't say that, but kind of said that. Then Cody's running my boy here that can't run any slower than like a 690 at 210. I mean, the guy's consistent as hell. It's a pro-charged, big old motor car. The guy's like, I run 690s on every pass, so if you can't beat that, then you ain't gonna beat me. What do you gotta say to Cody? It's a little old Toyota with like no cubic inches. What do you got to say?
Tell him I need the hit.
Okay, Cody, your opponent says he needs the hit. He's kind of nervous. See what happens. And as I make my way back, I see John Lund in the right lane. He ran like an 80 or a 70 in qualifying. Had to replace the transmission about 17 times until he got to this point. So, John, how we feeling? You feeling good? Car sorted, ready to go? Sun's going down and the temperature is dropping. DA's dropping. You ready for this round? All right, he's ready. His opponent here. All right, the track is going to be good. What's the prediction on the run? Okay, he said, my prediction is I'm going to spank the shit stuff out of John Lund. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. He did not say that. He said, my prediction is I want to make it all the way down the track and hopefully go deep, deep, deep into the sevens. And then, of course, my heart is behind him. My favorite car on the property, I know, y'all like the 6.0 2JZ powered Wasabi Supra, but Jim Braun's car is my favorite. It's just a simple white Mustang that's sorted and built well, runs high sixes at 200 miles an hour. Car's consistent. Jim's supported TX2K for many, many years, and he's back again. The difference is he wants a W. Now look, his opponent's Deshaun Lucky. Deshaun is lucky because the only reason he's here is because he's lucky and he was an alternate. Got in and took out my friend, Brian Luna. So Deshaun, make sure you put on a show. I know you were at Yellow Belly last night. I got my eyes on you, boy. I know what you did. You were mad because your hood wouldn't latch. We wouldn't let you run, so you went to Yellow Belly. So make sure you put on a show for everybody. You got a tough competitor next to you in the left lane with Jim Braun. But these cars that are in the quarterfinals, you guys are in for a treat. Everything from Mustangs to Chevelles to Supras to Dodges. I mean, you got all sorts of cars coming up in the quarterfinals right now, and the crowd's in for a treat. I don't want to pick favorites because I'm thankful that every racer is here, but, well, I won't say it. I just hope everyone makes it down the track safely. I want everyone in the quarterfinals here to run a personal best. And whatever the result is what the result is. I just want them all to run a personal best. So here we are. I think they're going to push that VHT down one more time with the static drag, and we'll be good to go.
All right, into our next round of street car here at TX2K 2025, brought to us by Summon Racing Equipment. First pair out, Boyd Bombera, who had the little fire underneath his car. He got it all put back together. He'll stage up the Mustang against Barry Gomez. It's an all Mustang battle. Gomez on the left, Bombera on the right. Win line will come on for Bombera as Boyd will get the win. Left side turns on the red light, goes 720 at 158. Right-hand side will coast to a 1066.
No, no, no! Red light, you had the win, baby! That's the way it goes in racing, y'all.
You heard Peter talk about this match.
All right,
before.
in the crowd, let me hear you. Who's got the right lane, the Chevelle? Let me hear it. Okay, who's got the inline 6, 180 cubic inch Toyota Supra? Okay, there's a lot of fans for both. Let's see what happens here.
Cody Phillips, left side out of Utah, the Supra. In qualifying, he went 7:05. In exhibition, he went 6:96. So it could be a good battle right here. The car you're looking at on the FloRacing screen as he will stage up against the engine builder out of Titech, Tyree Smith. Out of Tennessee, that is a Chevy 2 Nova right side. He is currently run a best of 684 in the supercharged ride. So he said he needed the hit from Cody. We'll see if Cody answers that call. Couple of 6-second rides sitting on the starting line. The question is, who will go to the semis? Cody lights 1. Tyree is in. Phillips is in. Better reaction time goes to the Nova. Smith in front. Cody coming, but cannot get there. 689 for Smith. 709 at 207 for Cody Phillips.
Cody was coming though. He was freight training 9 mile and 8 mile an hour. Okay, sorry, I suck at math. 6 mile an hour on the big end, about a 10th off.
No, it was a good battle. Peter, you will appreciate this.
Tell me.
I will bet you that Tyree knew that Cody was ready and he had to get an advantage. Tyree was 006 on the reaction time, just 0.6 away from perfect.
006? What was Cody?
Cody was 70, so he was right there.
Well, Tyree is a professional. He knows what he's doing.
I think both of them definitely look like they knew what they were doing there. Here comes John Lund, the man who runnered up last year. The 670 capable Mustang out of Florida. He will face fellow Floridian Charles Sido. The car he calls side piece left side. We have a pair of twin turbo Coyote powered Mustangs on the line.
You said it's called side piece?
That is what it's called, side piece. Both of them staged and ready. Charles Sido got the whole shot, but that's about all he got. John Lund cleaned up after that. 677 at 212.
Wow, 677 at 212 for John Lund. Congratulations, moves on to the semis.
Sido got the whole shot and it went up in smoke.
Everything about it's great. Like, for example, okay.
Let's see if Deshaun can get lucky again. He's got a tough task here. Jim Braun, Hold up. Deshaun, back up, brother. Courtesy staging is in effect. This is not Yellow Belly. This ain't Yellow Belly.
That Hellcat knows who he's lined up with. He wants every advantage he can find. He's in. Braun will get it staged up and ready. And Deshaun's luck runs out.
And Jim Braun goes 6. All right, he let out. He let out. He knew he had the win. Jim Braun moves on to the semifinals. And I can guarantee you, Deshaun did not mean to double bowl, but Jim. He's a pro and he knows what he's doing. So I can guarantee you that was accidental, to be clear.
So out of all of our cars that are still in competition, we have 3 of them that have run in the 6s in Streetcar Elite that are going to the semis as we move to the Pro class. Our first pair out in Streetcar Pro with the 7520 or quicker breakout. Nick Fosnog left side and Ismael Martinez in the super right side.
Who do we got, import or domestic? If you're import, let me hear you. Okay, if you want the Mustang, let me hear you.
They come here separated by 0.03 of a second. It's a pick'em. Who's gonna get it here? Whole shot will go to the Toyota. The Mustang looks like he is out in front with...
Oh! You got the Toyota Supra moving on to the semifinals. It looks like was it a whole shot win, Derek?
Yes, sir. It was a 760 with an 8, beating a quicker 759 with a 3. Margin of victory, 0.03 of a second. Ismail got 0.05 off the starting line, and that gave him the win line at the finish line.
How about that magical 2JZ, all 180 cubic inches of fury, baby. Moving on to the semifinals.
Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. Round number 3, heavyweight semifinals. Heavyweight semifinals, lanes 1 and 2. Semifinals of heavyweight, semifinals heavyweight class, I need you. I also need semifinals of X58, lanes 3 and 4, please. X58, lanes 3 and 4. We have an all Chevrolet starting line. Chad Cates left side, Turbo Tammy Burks right side. Both of them from Texas. Better qualified car left side. Turbo Tammy's gonna try and psych him out and see if she can get the whole shot here. The whole shot will go to the Corvette, but Tammy is staying with
That is a good race, Derek. It's a good race. Oh, left lane.
Quick. Tammy goes too quick. Tammy gets there first, but goes 7:34, well under the 7:52 breakout. So Chad Cates, who goes 7:52 with a 5, will survive.
It's going to be interesting, Derek, when the temps go down, the DA drops tonight, and these cars are already tangling with the ET breakout.
I have to wonder if that might have been Tammy's best run ever.
It's got to be. That was so quick. We got another Supra versus Mustang battle. Let's see what happens here.
The Georgia-based Mustang left side of Jahil Johnson. Zach Walton out of Louisiana in the Supra. Whole shot this time will go to the Supra. The Mustang.
Wow.
Problems.
First of all, thank you, driver in the left lane, for pulling over like a professional. And congratulations, another 2JZ moves on to the semifinals.
The ultimate Cinderella story. Your number 16 qualifier is still alive.
In the right lane, everyone give him a round of applause. That's a personal best in the right lane. Well done.
As Peter mentioned, the great part about the cars pulling over to the side is if there's any fluid or parts coming out from them, it contains that to a small area. So Jahil Johnson, thank you so much for pulling off to the side, sir. We do appreciate it. It'll allow us to get back underway with racing much quicker. So the Mustang will come back. Looks like the crew out there doing a valiant job to get it back there. Hopefully not too much of a cleanup, and then we will get to our final pair in Streetcar Pro for round number 2. Working our way down to 4 cars or less in every field. As soon as we finish with Streetcar Pro, we will go to Streetcar Champ, then Stick Shift, then 2JZ to wrap up round number 2. And from the looks of things, I think we will be okay waiting on the official call before we can fire up the next pair. It'll be a Chevy versus Ford battle, Corvette versus Mustang. That beautiful Mustang you see on the left side of the racetrack with the turbos poking out of the hood, that is not a wrap. It actually does say that on the side glass. It says not a wrap with a hashtag on it. Truly beautiful paint job on Joe Holt's car. He was your number 2 qualifier. He will face Joseph Cortez in the Corvette, who is your number 10 qualifier in the class. Proper burnout right-hand side. You see the Corvette making clouds. Cortez on the right side out of Arizona. His best run leading into this round was a 798 in qualifying. He had a opponent broke no-show in round number 1 and coasted to an 862. It was enough to give him lane choice over Joe Holt, who only went 919 when he boiled the tires in the last round. But luckily for him, Robert Robinson in the Love truck turned on the red light. So that means that Cortez got to pick his lane. He chose right-hand side, putting Joe Holt right back on the side that he spun the tires in. Did he make the right call to get it hooked up? Will he be able to hold off the Corvette this time? We'll bring him up on boost and get them both bumped in. Mustang's there, Corvette's there. Corvette gets all shot, Mustang wheel stands. Joe has erased the whole shot lead, and he will go 765 at 152, getting out of the gas early. It stays in the safe zone, and he will go to the semifinal round. That'll bring us to the Streetcar Champ class. The breakout here is 801 with a 6. That or quicker will get you disqualified. That is the 2/10 and a foul rule. Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. Heavyweight semis in each of the lanes 1 and 2. Heavyweight semis. Heavyweight semifinal round in each of the lanes 1 and 2. I need X58 lanes 3 and 4. Wayne Willoughby, your number 2 qualifier. Getting backed off the starting line, and Brian Ramirez out of New Mexico will take the rear engine Acura Integra to the next round. He'll go 888 at 133. So our next pair, the Audi waiting at the ready on the right-hand side, and the Camaro will roll in left-hand side. So into our final streetcar class, the Champ class. Right now we have one import going to the semifinals. Will we get our second one here? Or will one of the American rides hang on? Based on qualifying, Harry Charbonnet, left-hand side in the 4th gen Camaro, has a little bit of an advantage. He ran 840 in qualifying. Fernando Gavarella ran 855 best in the Audi. And Harry leaves nothing to chance. He whole shots the Audi. He is out in front. Now, he cannot run too quick, and he's good. 836 at 166. The Camaro will dispatch the Audi at 861. So we know we have one import going to the semis. We will now make two as the GTR Super Battle will come out of the water box. Believe this is Mike Dorchick, left-hand side. He should be lined up with the super driver. That's Joaquin Alpizar. It is. He's out of San Antonio, Texas. Dorchick is qualified a little bit better than him in the GTR, but he's sleeping at the switch, and the Supra gets out in front, but a lot of smoke. Can he hang on, or will the GTR clip him? He will get there first. 847 at 176. Joaquin did everything he could. He got a big old shot, and he was in front to just about the 8th mile, and then his car let him down. The GTR will get around.
So what does white smoke mean, Derek? Water?
Yeah, normally if you have white smoke out the exhaust, head gasket or something like that is normally what I immediately think of.
And one of our rules at TX2K is that you must run water. No coolant is allowed. Why? Because water we can dry up really quickly if it gets on the track. Coolant is like skating on an ice rink.
And again, the head gasket going south of turning the boost up, trying to find some more performance is not uncommon at some of these events. Everybody wants to take advantage. Everybody wants the win, and sometimes the engine just says, sorry, I wasn't built to handle that. So the crew will check the right-hand side, make sure everything is okay before we run our next pair, which should have been David Van Voris. But he is a no-show, so Logan Day. Who runner-up in this class last year, continues to try to make his way to the late rounds in the supercharged Mustang. Now see what he did there? He just rolled forward to the beams. That's all he needs to do. You do not need to make a full pass, and he's going to back it up so we are not delayed any longer, and he'll just take it back to the pit area.